Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 38 of the series Golden Boy, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Korhans Khan announces to everyone that his daughter, Nokhat, and his grandson, Kaya, will be living with them from now on. Everyone is shocked, but no one says a word. Korhans Khan instructs Nokhat to sit in Efegat's place and positions Kaya beside her. He tells Efegat to sit at the end of the table, and with reluctance, she moves to the last chair. Farid calls for Kaya to move from his brother's seat, and although Kaya stands up, Korhans Khan angrily insists he stays right there, stating, "In this house, you are whoever you are." And Kaya is the same. Farid storms out of the room. In Seyran's chamber, she tries calming Farid down, explaining that this situation won't do anything good. She tells Farid that Nokhat is Korhans Khan's daughter and has the right to be there. Seyran suggests that they might find a way to coexist if they get to know them. Farid, however, grows even angrier, stating, "I won't calm down until they leave this place." Korhans Khan declares at the table that from now on, Nokhat's orders are his orders, and everyone must listen to her. Everyone, including Nokhat herself, is taken aback. Orhan protests, saying they can't entrust everything to people they've never met before. Korhans Khan responds, "If you don't like it, there's the door." Nokhat asks Korhans Khan to let her speak alone. Farid tells Seyran that if Kaya and his mother don't leave, they will leave the mansion. Seyran questions the logic, asking, "Is it reasonable for us to leave just because Kaya is sitting in Fuad's place?" Farid ponders for a moment and says, "First, I'll get that guy up. And then we'll think about leaving." At the table, Golgun sarcastically remarks about Kaya sitting in Fuad's place. Kaya, frustrated, says, "I don't like sitting in your dead son's place either." Aseman stands up, tearfully saying, "I don't know where you grew up, but everywhere in the world. People respect others' memories." Farid sees Aseman crying as he approaches and goes towards Kaya to get him up. Kaya gets angry, and Seyran pleads with him to calm down. Farid shouts, "Take your voice away, Seyran. Who are you begging to?" Farid lunges at Kaya again, and Seyran intervenes, suggesting they go to her father's house to defuse the situation. On the other side, Nokhat talks very formally to Korhans Khan, saying, "Did you bring us here just to take revenge on your family?" Korhans Khan responds, "I want to punish them. But that's not the only reason you were invited. I want to know you both for the rest of your lives." Nokhat, choked with tears, says, "Isn't it too late?" Korhans Khan says, "It is. A person won't understand until it hits them." Nokhat says, "My son and I have no one but each other. I came here so Kaya could have a family. I am ill." With tears in his eyes, Korhans Khan asks, "Why didn't you tell me?" Nokhat replies, "This can be said to a father. I don't have one." Korhans Khan tells Nokhat that from now on, Kaya's home will always be there, and Nokhat promises to do whatever he asks of her. Efegat and Orhan are in the room discussing the new situation when Golgun enters and urges them to resolve everything quickly, or she will disrupt their peace. After Golgun leaves, Orhan tells Efegat, "I'm done. My father rejected me. Now I'll live my life however I want." Seyran asks Farid not to tell her father anything to prevent the situation from escalating, but Farid explains everything to Kozim as soon as he arrives. Kozim is furious, and Farid, conceding to his feelings, lets him handle the situation. Kozim contacts Korhans Khan and informs him that the situation has become difficult for his son-in-law and daughter. To understand what's going on, he decides to come there that night. Korhans Khan, infuriated, throws his phone in anger. Nokhat goes to inspect the kitchen and gives instructions to prepare a few simple dishes for the evening. She states that from now on, shopping has to be done daily, and meals should be cooked in sufficient quantities. Everyone gets to work. Latif shows the mansion to Nokhat and Kaya, and Kaya's eyes widen as she sees her grandfather's tools. Efegat calls Zorin and says, "You opened the way for Nokhat and her son. You took your daughter and left." Zorin ignores Efegat's words and hangs up. Farid and Seyran go to the doctor, and while Seyran stands behind the door to eavesdrop on the doctor's words, a young woman warns her. Seyran argues with her. Meanwhile, Farid and the doctor come out of the room, and the doctor says that the physiotherapist he had recommended is available. The physiotherapist mentions that she had given up on treating Farid, but Farid approaches her, talks to her about his condition, and convinces her to treat him. Seyran, feeling jealous, constantly argues with Farid, taunting and mocking him. Efegat goes to her room to poison Nokhat's mind and hands her the mansion's notebook of tasks. Nokhat says she doesn't need it and prefers to investigate everything herself. Efegat tries to make Nokhat understand that she has always been there and always will be. At night, Orhan arrives at the mansion with a new gang, riding motorcycles, stunning everyone present. Dajler, the mansion servant, tells everyone about Orhan. When everyone gathers in the mansion, Efegat asks them, except for Seyran, to come to her room to talk. Efegat says they need to stand against Nokhat and Kaya. She asks everyone to support her. Farid says, if you don't mind Seyran, I'm with you. On the other side, Seyran talks to Kaya, warning her that tonight, Farid and his father will confront them. She asks Kaya to stay calm and keep things short. Seyran describes the sacrifices they made and tells Kaya that Farid's spirit isn't good due to his hand condition. She doesn't want the already bad situation to worsen. Kaya agrees. Kozim enters the mansion and immediately starts mocking and taunting Kaya and Nokhat to make them understand they are not welcome. Nokhat tries to keep her composure, but Kaya gradually becomes furious. Kozim directs his words at Nokhat's mother, saying, she suffered a lot. She couldn't survive in that infamy. It's good you left. How did you expect to hold your head high in front of people? Nokhat calmly responds, women's names are always tarnished in these situations. Men always remain pure. Kozim retorts, but look at God's work. She waited all those years, then came and sat at the clean Korhans table. Farid says, they don't belong here. They shouldn't sit where others do. Kaya struggles to control herself, and when it's time to sit at the dinner table, Farid doesn't allow Kaya to sit in Fuad's chair. He says, I'll sit here. Seyran, come sit next to me. Kozim adds, that's right. Fuad's place is appropriate for his brother's son. When the real grandchild is here, why do we need the adopted one? Kaya tells Farid, you're too shy. Instead of coming to me with your problem, you sent your wife. I'll help you. I'll do anything you can't. Do you want this? Sit down, brother. She pulls the chair and says, come on, do you want this? Farid clenches his fist and punches Kaya hard. He says, one of my hands might be incomplete, but the other one works fine. At that moment, Khali's Khan intervenes and slaps Farid. Farid says, all these disasters happened to me, but none of them hurt as much as this. You didn't spare me this slap too. You hit us. You hit Farid and his grandfather. You hit the family. I won't come back home anymore. Khali's Khan's eyes fill with tears, and Farid leaves the house. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for the next episode.